Hi, Mike Wilkinson here, the Value Sales Expert, helping you to understand, create and deliver great value for your customers and get paid for it. Now, you may remember that last time we looked broadly at value demonstration and a process to go through to help you do that more effectively. Today, what I want to look at is something else that we mentioned, which was the value proposition. And at its simplest, the value proposition is simply the answer to the all-important question the customer is asking themselves, which is, why should I choose you? Because I have other options available. I may have competitive alternatives available to me. I may have the ability to do whatever it is that you do in-house, or I may well have the ability to just not bother doing anything at all. And frequently right now, that's exactly the option that people are taking. But let's take a look at the value proposition and let's have a look at where it comes from. Now, if you look on this, you'll see that really there are four areas where the value proposition originates. The first is an understanding of your customer as a business. This goes all the way back to value discovery. What do we know about the customer's business? The challenges, the issues, the problems that they have, the impact of those on the customer and their business. Then, because businesses don't make decisions, people do, you then have to think about the individuals who are going to be involved in that decision-making process. And what are the things that are important to them, bearing in mind they will all have individual perspectives when they're looking at this. The third element is that recognition that competitors are always going to be around, even if the competitor is doing nothing. So with those three things in mind, you then turn your attention to you and what you can do to help address the things and the challenges that the customer faces. And this is all about value demonstration. The end result of this will be the formulation of a value proposition statement, a simple statement that summarizes for the customer why they should choose you. And this should be monetized as much as possible. So think about the value triad, revenue gain and cost reduction, particularly when we're coming to monetize it, and think about how you can do that. But I think there is one great way of evaluating whether your value propositions are powerful enough or not, and that is to put them through this validation framework. And as you can see here, there are three things that I think any good value proposition needs to do. Number one, it has to resonate with your customer. In other words, they need to understand and recognize that the solution that you are proposing addresses the challenges and issues that you identified during value discovery, so that they can say to themselves, yeah, I can see how this works. I want this. I can see how it's going to help me. Number two, it needs to differentiate because there are competitive alternatives. It's your differentiation which will help your customer to understand why they should choose you. So you need to differentiate in ways that matter to the customer, so that even if they do say, well, there are other alternatives to this, what they will definitely say is, whilst there are other alternatives, this solution looks to me to be the best. And finally, and I think importantly right now, because I think a lot of people are risk averse at the moment, you need to be able to substantiate. You need to be able to demonstrate that you can do the things that you are promising that you can do. And you can do that in a variety of ways. You can do it in case studies. You could take them to other installations and demonstrate how it's actually solving problems, but you do need to substantiate. If you take any one of those away, just imagine removing any one of those three things. If you do, your value proposition will become potentially fatally flawed. Okay, if you want help putting together your value propositions, or really just thinking through the entire value sales process, do please get in touch. But in the meantime, every success in your value selling, and I look forward to seeing you next time.